What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for some more content for you guys today. And with the talks doing the rounds on social media at the moment, you would be led to believe that Spurs are very close to signing Alejo Veliz from Rosario Central out in Argentina. He is a 19-year-old striker. To tell you the truth, before we got the links last night, I'd never heard of Veliz. So we've got German Garcia Grover from TYC Sport to give us the lowdown on what this player is all about. First and foremost, German, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Tim. Hello, Ben. It's nice to meet you here from Argentina.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. So obviously you've seen all the talks about Alejo Veliz. I'm just trying to get the pronunciation right.
The correct is Alejo Veliz.
Okay, Alejo Veliz.
That's correct.
From Rosario Central. Just tell me, what will he bring to Spurs? What kind of a player is he?
Well, do you know that Alejo Veliz is a young striker from the Rosario Central here in Argentina? Alejo is the principal striker of the club. He's a young player from Rosario Central. He was part of the Argentina under-20 team that Javier Mascherano was the coach. And he had good skills, but probably I think my opinion is that Alejo is a great player here from Argentina to our football. But I'm really surprised when I get the news that Tottenham was after him.
Oh wow! Why does that surprise you? Do you feel maybe he is not ready yet for like Premier League football? Is he not at that level yet?
Well, if you talk about Argentinian strikers that on the last month or years go to the Premier League, the example is Julian Alvarez to Manchester City. Alejo is a very good player here from our football, our national football, but in my opinion, is one or two steps down from Julian. I think that when you think that that Tottenham striker is Harry Kane, one of the better strikers over the world, I think that Alejo, for my opinion, I think that he might have a step previously from the Premier League, more probably like Portuguese football, in my opinion.
In terms of style of play, what kind of a striker is he? I've heard he's tall, he's a target man, but what else does he bring on the actual football pitch?
The correct word is a target man. Alejo is a good striker. He plays very well over the area, but doesn't have the skills to get down and play. It's not like Julian Alvarez, more like I can say more like Peter Crouch, good head, good head. Alejo is a young player. He had a lot of skills. I think that he can improve a lot of the football tips that he can learn in the Premier League. But he's more like a target man than a false nine. We call here in Argentina un falso nueve. More like, I don't know, Benzema, a player that can join the football group.
Right. Very interesting. So in your opinion, you were saying maybe Premier League football is coming very early for him if Tottenham were to sign him. Obviously, we've seen you do quite a few reports on how close this transfer is. We're hearing on social media that Rosario want to potentially keep him for 6 months and Veliz wants to move right now. Do you know how any developments on that, whether he's going to stay for 6 months or do you think he would be joining right now?
Okay, the last information that I have is that Tottenham, that's correct. Is Tottenham or Tottenham?
Tottenham.
It's spelt Tottenham, but it's pronounced Tottenham.
Okay, Tottenham, that's correct. Tottenham and Alejo Veliz have full agreement on the the contract between the player and the club, and they are now in negotiation with Rosario Central because the Argentinian team wants about a fee of 15 million euros, and that's what Tottenham is in negotiation to pay a little bit less and to play in parts, not cash, all the money. And what the Rosario Central wants to is to have a percentage, the percent of the next transfer. That's what they are talking about. It's about a contract for 5 years with the chance to get a year extra. But Alejo is really enthusiastic to join Tottenham, one of the biggest club of the Premier League. But I think that maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but over the weekend, or probably the weekend, maybe they can full agree.
So sorry, just to be clear, there won't be a 6-month loan deal back to Rosario if he signs.
Well, that's what they are talking about, because Alejo doesn't have I don't say the correct word, the passport, the community passport.
Okay.
Okay, do you get me?
Like the visa, like a work.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Work permit.
Work permit.
Yes. Well, Alejo doesn't have the work permit to join the Premier League, but also doesn't have the community passport. So the community passport is going to get okay about December of this year. So maybe that's what they are talking. If Tottenham doesn't want the player to join now, maybe he can play here in Rosario Central, or maybe Tottenham buy the player and transfer on loan to another team of Europe. I think that's a more concrete possibility, or he stays here until December in Rosario Central.
In terms of the price, you mentioned 15 million euros. Do you think that is a fair price for a player like him, or do you feel like, we might be playing a bit over the odds for a player like Veliz? Okay,
the release clause of Alejo Veliz is $15 million, euros, sorry. But what the number that I am talking now to you is with taxes. So Rosario Central maybe get 12 or 13 million euros if you discounted the taxes of the operation, that here in Argentina is about the 24-25% of the operation. But what really Rosario Central wants is to keep a percent of Alejo, thinking about probably transfer in a few years.
You spoke about potentially Rosario letting him go, obviously for 15 million. And you said, sorry, that it's maybe you still think the Premier League is a step down for him right now. But as a 19-year-old, I think he has 19 goals in 60 appearances for Rosario. Are they like upset with losing him? Or are they happy to get the transfer fee, do you think?
No, Rosario Central, like Argentina, like our country, have really money issues, so they need the money. But I think that Alejo is very important for Rosario Central. He scores against River, scores against Boca, scores the Clásico against Newell's. He's a really loved player for the fans. So I think that Rosario Central will miss him a lot, but they are going to get a lot of money that the club needs it a lot. Another information that I can give you is that Scaloni is following him from the national team of Argentina. Argentina now has just Julian and Lautaro, like strikers, like target man of the attack. And Alejo Veliz is a player that is at the atmosphere of the Argentinian national team.
Oh, wow. I heard I saw an article where Leo Messi was talking about him and likened him to Luis Suarez and says he's got a big future ahead of him. Would you say those are accurate comparisons?
You compare Luis to Alejo?
Luis Suarez and Vallejo.
No, I think like Alejo is more like a center player. The striker, just Alejo is the player that finished the team. More like, let me think, more like a striker of the last era of our football. More like
an old school striker.
Maybe probably like Crespo. You remember? Hernan Crespo?
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of a player that have a lot of resources to finish the team evolution, but doesn't integrate on the circuit is the correct word, or in the play, in the tactical team.
Mm-hmm. Build up. Yeah, and he seems he seems like a player as well. I've seen a few clips of him now, and when he scores, he goes right into the crowd. He's very, very passionate.
Yes.
You think this is a player that the fans are really going to fall in love with at Tottenham?
Yes, if Tottenham fans like Richarlison, I think they are going to like Alejo because he's really passionate. You can see on the videos, he really like charging a lot of the scores when he scores a goal. And he's an excellent person. He's a very good people. His family is very very good. So I think he can join and get the heart of Tottenham fans.
And when you're talking about a player like him at 19 years of age, you say he's big and tall, but physically, is he strong enough to play in the Premier League right now?
Wow, that's a very good question. I think he's hard. I feel that Premier League has the better defenses over the world, like Van Dijk or Kuti, maybe not this Rafa Varane, but Lisandro. That's that hard defender. But he's tall, he's big. He had a build up body, so I think it's like the style of the target man. I remember here that maybe you can associate Alejo more like Chio Simeone. That's a kind of striker, the end of the team.
Got you.
So it's very exciting. Do you think Tottenham fans should be excited about this transfer? Do you think it could be a big success at Tottenham?
Well, it's difficult to say. Tottenham fans have one of the 2 or 3 best strikers all over the world. Alejo is a very good player here from Argentina, like I told you some minutes ago. He's 2 or 3 steps down from Julian Alvarez, but he's a player that has a lot of skills that you can work to improve him all over his career. He's just 19 years old. He has a lot to learn, and I think that Premier League is the best league over the world, so he can learn a lot.
Germán, thank you so much for coming on and giving us some really great insight into Alejo Veliz. Hopefully he can start banging in the goals for Tottenham along with Cuti Romero, and we can have even more fans from Argentina. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you to invite me here to talk. Sorry for my English. I think it's
perfect. It's perfect.
It's okay.
My friend.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Thank you and have a good day.
And to you, my friend.